Hey everybody, so this is our big update to my Facebook post a couple days back. It said we had a big surprise. So recap a few things. On last Friday, a week ago, she got her third and final round of blood transfusions while here at the NICU. And within basically 2 days she was a completely different baby. Her energy level increased. The first day after transfusion, she went to 4 bottles that day, and then 4 feeds through her nasal feeding tube. And then by Sunday, she was feeding almost exclusively from the bottle. And then on Monday, they removed her feeding tube finally. So we finally have our little girl without any tubes or hoses. She still has the wires on her torso to monitor her heart rate and breathing, and she still has the pulse ox on her foot, which, you know, is keeping track of her O2 saturation, and her DSATs have been minimized for the most part, so that's good. We got the results of a brain scan just tonight that they did, and some of you may remember that when she was initially born she had what they called a grade 1 bleed on the right side of her brain, which is pretty common in micropreemies. And they did another scan, and that has almost fully resolved, and she won't need to have that checked again. So that is great news. She has another eye appointment coming up this Tuesday, and she had an eye appointment this past Tuesday. She still has stage 1 ROP in her right eye, and it is just you know, the way the blood vessels connect to the retina, and sometimes they can atrophy and cause scarring, and at stage 1 they really don't have to do anything. It'll usually correct itself, and so hopefully next Tuesday, this coming Tuesday, the ROP will still be stage 1 or will be regressing, which means it's going away. So she's doing great, and she's been feeding just incredibly from her bottle. But the big news is that Tuesday we came in, or I came in, and there was all sorts of paperwork all over her incubator and near her monitor, and a checklist, which was kind of like the going home checklist, and you know, making sure that we took our infant CPR class, and that we watched a video on not shaking your baby, and that we need to bring the car seat in and do her car seat tests, and fit her in that and make sure that she's doesn't desat while in the seat for the length of time it takes to get her home. And then we had some sheets on vaccinations, and it was just a whole lot of overwhelming stuff to see. And we were told that she would be home potentially before Christmas. So then we talked to some other folks and said, well, no, she won't be home until after Christmas. But now we spoke to one of the doctors, and there's a very good likelihood that she will be home late next week. And we're not ready for it, but we'll take her. We got the house torn up. We're waiting for carpet to come in, trying to expedite it so it gets there by Thursday, but that's a whole other story. So that is the big news. Our how many days are we at, Terry?
Lost count.
We lost, how many weeks old is she now? 10? So she's 72 days we've been in the NICU with her, and close to 80 if you count Terry's time here, coming back and forth to the hospital every day. We figured out we've done about 1,900 to 2,000 miles just on the car coming back and forth, 12 miles one way. But we're almost there, and she did a new trick tonight, and I guess we'll finish up on that. Actually, she's starting to get her vaccinations, so she got one today, and she's handled it pretty well. But the new trick, and I thought it was an accident, and the nurse told me it wasn't, was that as I started to do her 3-hour workup and take her temperature, she raised her left hand and stuck her thumb in her mouth all on her own, and kind of sampled that a little bit, and it was almost too deliberate to be an accident. So that's her new trick. So she's very much turning into a normal baby. She's still small. She weighed in at 4 pounds 5.2 ounces tonight, so she is gaining very rapidly, and you know, she's been taking the bottle, and she's on what they call ad-lib feeding. And before they put her on ad-lib feeding, she was supposed to take I think 33 cc's So now what they do is they fill this bottle up to 45 or 55. Tonight it was on 55, so she took 40 of this bottle, which just may explain why she's gaining so much weight. Anyway, that is the big news. We're kind of freaked out that we'll have her home because we don't feel we're ready. Still a bunch of stuff that we have to buy this week and a whole bunch of stuff we have to prepare for, and we got to move furniture around, get the carpet in, put some new paint on the walls yet, but we'll be either 100% there or pretty darn close if we do get her home late next week. If we have to wait till after Christmas, that'll be just fine too. Anyway, I'm rambling on, but you know, she hasn't been awake for you here, but she just ate, so she's sound asleep. But we'll shoot another video in a couple days. Thanks.